one point in my office, not sure how this happened, but the new frac fluid is made with food additives, and somehow we all took a swig of frac fluid, the new frac fluid, and it was not terribly tasty, but again, I'm still alive to, like Senator Wyden coming back from Alaska, is still alive to tell the story.
Yeah, so he literally drank fracking fluid to show how beholden he was to the fossil fuel industry.
To own the Libs. Oh, wait. Isn't he supposed to be on the Libs side, right?
Yeah, he's theoretically a Democrat. So, look, there's just this giant disconnect, guys, between progressives and the rest of the Democratic Party. I mean, it's the size of the Grand Canyon. So we see Hickenlooper drinking fracking fluid, helping the oil and gas industry throughout his entire career, saying that Medicare for All and Green New Deal are like bringing back Joseph Stalin, and we see a guy who is totally unacceptable. He doesn't agree with us on almost anything, and a guy who will help Republican framing and help the Republicans say that voting against progressive ideas is bipartisan, but Democratic leaders and Democratic establishment see Hickenlooper and think, to be fair to them, they think that's a guy that could win. They always think the right winger has a better chance of winning, but maybe you should be a Republican then. Anyway, and they also see that as, who cares? Who cares? Yeah, of course we're going to vote against Green New Deal and Medicare for All, and of course we're going to help Republican framing. We don't want to pass any of those policies. So it's almost two different parties, and so at this point, this is when Democratic establishment and the entire mainstream media will turn around and say, Ben, you now have to enthusiastically support Hickenlooper. So what do you say to that?
I will say to them the same thing I'll say about Joe Biden. I understand the need to get rid of Donald Trump. I also understand the need to get rid of Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell has been one of the most devastating forces in American history, and we can't negate that. However, I don't really see myself doing anything with the Democratic Party going forward because we absolutely have nothing in common. They are fighting against the very things that I'm fighting for. I do see Donald Trump as a threat that's above and beyond the crappiness of the Democratic Party, but as soon as he's gone, I see the Democratic Party as my primary target in terms of who we have to oppose. We have to continue to march, we have to continue to protest, and we need to continue to primary the hell out of them.
Yeah, Emma, what's your take on this? I mean, obviously we didn't want Hickenlooper at all, and is it normal or is it amazing for them to not recognize the giant difference? Because I mean, at a minimum, can't we agree to disagree? I feel like we're getting gaslit where the Democratic establishment keeps saying we don't disagree. And I'm like, well, no, but I don't drink fracking fluid. I do disagree, right? And it seems like the media helps them do that. So what's your sense of that?
Well, we're being gaslit, and I don't think it's as innocent as maybe some may portray it as. I think it's a genuine effort in order to squelch the left by pretending that there are minor differences between pro-Trump Amy McGrath, who when she ran for that House seat, showed videos of bombing places in the Middle East and proudly talked about how she was basically pro-war and touted that aspect of her, let alone the fact that her platform is completely inscrutable, where basically she's saying that she's running as a pro-Trump Democrat because Mitch McConnell is ineffective in getting Trump's policies through. Wait, what? Like Trump's gonna endorse Mitch McConnell. Don't you think your narrative might fall apart? I don't know, in like 5 seconds? Just things like that, where they're genuinely incompetent. And then same thing with Hickenlooper here. They're pretending that there's not that big of a gap because the power structure depends on it. They want to squelch the progressive wing because otherwise, once people start delineating the differences between these candidates, yeah, it's not. It's game over. But unfortunately, they've had a lot more staying power because of the PTSD that Trump has instilled in much of the Democratic electorate. And the thing about it is, I think Joe Biden's going to win now, which in any other election I would have thought it would be impossible. But Trump has botched everything that he's put his hands on, and now they're going to use that as a data point to reinforce the fact that, oh, the most conservative Democrat that we run is going to beat Republicans. We should have run Mike Bloomberg. Then we would have had a supermajority and ruled the land forever. And that's the way that they try to cement their power.
Yeah, I think that's the exact thing that we have to shock them with, right? I think there's a lot of Democrats who want Joe Biden to win so that they can go back to brunch, right? That's the big running gag. If Hillary won, we would be at brunch right now. But the thing is, like, there's a lot of angry people across this country with legitimate reason to be angry, right? And no matter what Joe Biden winning by, whatever percentage he wins by, it's not a mandate in favor of what he stands for. It's a mandate against Donald Trump. So now that we got rid of Donald Trump, we've got to talk about all of these policies that Obama instituted, that Bill Clinton instituted, that was really carried out consistently since Ronald Reagan, that has been hurting American people. And Joe Biden is on the wrong side of that argument.
Yeah, I mean, Biden's got to be the luckiest man in America. How in the world did he, I give him credit for this perseverance to run so many times for president, to come in like 28th each time, and then to somehow miraculously come out in a situation where the presidency is gift wrapped to you. So anyway, we all want Trump out desperately. He's fascist, racist, you name it, right? And he really is the boogeyman. They found the perfect boogeyman.
When you sign up for a spend and save account at aspiration.com/TYT, we will plant 10 trees. Let's save the planet together.